I know that your fatigue is at its absolute highest, so I don't want to bring up the black community, but I have to. What Lila Rose has been doing, the black church and these B-dubs have been doing for 30 years. You know how like you say and Andrew Wilson say that these women who say I'll let a man lead means that they're actually in charge. Because the person who's deciding what rules to follow is in charge. These women who are religious, who want to judge how religious a man is, that means that they're in charge.
Well, and the other thing too, it's like, how do I'm trying to phrase this the right way? You're like insinuating that you know best.
Yeah.
like what are you, God? The women that really aren't in charge, like, do you know what their answer is whenever someone says something about their husband? I can't control him.
Yeah, that's true.
You think I could tell him what to do?
Yeah. I think she's just jealous, honestly, because she has so many parameters on her platform. Like she has to do the Jesus thing. She has to appeal to a certain audience. There's certain things that she can't say, places that she can't go. And then she's a closet feminist. Well, no, she's out and out feminist. And I think that these feminists, they get mad that you have the freedom that they've been brainwashed to think that they want. Because you can basically, you are descriptive, you are reporting, you aren't prescripting anything. So you're talking to all these people, saying whatever you want, and not trying to tell people anything. And they're just jealous, I think. So
all right, let's watch this clip.
Tucker has been living a sheltered existence, and I am sick of his multiracial meritocracy BS. If he had to fight these pack of animals every day like we do, he would change his tune real quick.
You know, and look, there's a lot of truth to that. I like Tucker, and this is not an attack in any way, but it is true that if you are somebody like that, he is affected. And I don't blame him. You can't not be affected, but some of the stuff he says, it's like, dude, you know, like we were talking and he goes, yeah, you know, I have this Protestant work ethic and I would never let my kids play video games or watch TV. We always have to be doing things. And it's like, yeah, but you're rich. But you're rich. So if you didn't do things, that would be fine too. So it's like, I think about my parents. My parents work really hard all day. Then
oh, wait, is this not the one about women? Sorry.
People need TikTok and TV, add real holiday family, and so people need the TV.
Oh, no, this wasn't it. Sorry. No, there's one from his shows recently. I thought this was a different one where he's like crashing out on how bad the women are.
I had to bring my dogs because my wife stuck me with the dogs. It's like,
no. Okay. Never mind. Sorry, Skirt. Been watching for a bit. Happy late birthday, Pearl. Thank you. All right, let's bring up Sean. He's always a good Sean. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Pearl. How's it going?
Good. What'd you think?
Hey, Sean, been a while. Is that your nice? It's my birthday. Oh, bother. Nice, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I mean, the reason why, you know, conservative women, like, they're really against the whole porn thing is because the reality is they don't want to have to compete with porn. That's really what it comes down to. For most men, the women are hotter in porn. You know, it certainly is cheaper, and, you know, the women kind of do exactly what the men want. And most women in everyday life that are conservative, they don't really want to do that. They want to make men work for it, when they want to make them pay for it and all this other stuff. And there being an alternative that they now have to compete with, I think they just don't like that. And so I think that's really where a lot of this sort of anger is coming from, is when you see a threat, whether it's a hotter girl or whether it's porn or what have you, a lot of women are going to sort of backbite when it comes to that. So I think that's why you see all these videos being made, is because men are checking out. They're saying, hey, this is cheaper. This gets my needs met. It's not ideal, but at the same time, it's not as costly. And I think that's why men are kind of going that direction. And I think there's no amount of shaming that a lot of these traditional conservative women can do that are going to get men to want to have to cater to their demand. So I think at some point they're going to have to give up.
Yeah, Sean, I'm going to add to what you said. So I hate this whole male loneliness epidemic thing, right? Because remember, women are alone and they're praised, but men are alone. And it's, oh my God, it's a loneliness epidemic. Yes, Men are not afraid to say that they need. They say, "Oh yeah, men are more likely to say they need women than women are likely to say that they need men." Yeah, but the biggest difference is men are more likely to accept that they're never going to get one.
Yeah,
The
but you know what?
homeless are men. All the people out in the woods, most of the lonely people throughout history have been men, and now women are signing up to have the same amount of loneliness. They can't handle it.
Yeah, so I think this whole male loneliness is just a bunch of crap, right? You see a bunch of articles just saying it out because they see Scott Galloway and all these other people just keep perpetuating these videos that are out there. I went to a bar the other day and there was nothing but men hanging out with other men at the bar, just kind of shooting the shit, playing games, stuff like that, just having a beer.
That sounds like a peaceful bar.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good bar, to be honest. And
Did
guys
you have
seemed
fun?
No, I mean, like the guys seemed like they were having a good time there. So, like to me, like I don't think there's a male loneliness crisis. I think this video genre is a sort of social media psyop way of trying to say the men are lonely, therefore we need to get them to level up because we want women who want men who are leveled up. So it's just a nonsensical lie to get men to go in the direction of what women want.
I agree. Yep.
It
could also to not be lonely, you have to do what women say.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see the answer to the male loneliness crisis is to get women to lose weight so that women can be the kind of women that men want. You don't see these videos coming out. It's always men need to change for women, and women can continue being who they are, and we need to get men to conform.
When are you going to start making?
Yeah, I always hear.
Well, sorry.
Men need to meet women where they're at. No, we don't. No, we don't have to.
The thing is there's also this interchangeable widget theory because we all know that like psychology and therapy is all feminist now, anyways. Well, let's just say that they are giving the same surveys to men and women. Well, guess what? Men and women process emotions differently. If you give a man a woman-based test, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that if it's not actually tailored to accurately get emotional status or loneliness status from men in a man's way, that you're going to get accurate data? Come on, man.
Also, guys, quick commercial. If you want to support me, I do think my career will be over if I get kicked off again. So go to the audacitynetwork.com just in case, YouTube. You never know which woman's going to crash out and take me down. I think we've all been taken down by a woman at some point or another.
Lila Rose probably has a voodoo doll right
I don't know.
So
go to the audacitynetwork.com, $10 a month, $80 a year. If I get enough of you, I can fund all my projects, and then I don't even have to worry about if these women ruin my life again. So I know I made this all about me, but this is so. Anyways, if you want the show to go on. All right, who else do we got up here? I don't. All right, we got Brad and Handy. I'll have Handyman go first. What are your thoughts on the interaction, the show? Go ahead.
I would say the former person who was talking was 100% right. Men look for entertainment, and the market has a shit ton of entertainment for our free time. And video games, anime, comic books, movies, women are a luxury in the market. But they've gone and turned themselves into a financial liability.
Yes. So
with feminism, like women weren't, in other words, this is all economics basically. So women weren't, I hate to use the word cheap because it's taken in like the context of women were cheap or sexually promiscuous or whatever, but they've essentially raised their prices so much with their standards and what they're actually looking for, and I disagree. I think there is a male loneliness epidemic when you have 80% of men sexless and 20% or 10% getting all the women. But so that loneliness is being filled by other forms of entertainment that pass a return on investment calculus, and women don't pass a return on investment calculus anymore. So they find other avenues of entertainment.